What's up, guys? It's me again, Christian Rodriguez, and today I'm going to make it a bit of a quick video, short video, but I think it's pretty useful. And it also follows along with when I talk about controlling your emotions, right? That being essential. But now you have to control, now it's not your fault if other people can't control their emotions. And I thought this would be a very good video to talk about because you're going to face scenarios when you're probably going to choose something that's probably best for you, whether it's stuff for your business, maybe for fitness, maybe you want to wake up in the morning, anything, any little thing, maybe you want to leave your hometown, right? And people are going to get offended. People are going to get offended that you're staying in on a Friday night because you want to work on your business, or you want to wake up early just to go to the gym on a Saturday morning, right? People are going to get upset at you. People are going to be like, you're an asshole. You stood up, right? And the truth is that their attempts is also to make you feel some sort of like guilt, like, oh man, maybe I should go because so I can make them feel good. But at least based off of my experience, I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm like, at the end of the day, if I don't reach my goals, I end up in a shitty, unhappy life. They're not gonna care. They're not gonna give a shit. They're gonna be too preoccupied with their own lives, right? Because everyone's selfish. That's the thing. That's probably the stem, the root behind it, is that every single person's selfish. And I'm not saying that everyone's bad. Like, it's a survival mechanism that we've had for thousands of years since humans have been around. That's why we're selfish. We're selfish for a reason. But that's the thing. Everyone is selfish. So if you decide to not be selfish and you decide to maybe comply to their emotional manipulation with them being upset with you, getting mad because you don't want to go on a Friday night, you just think of it like, okay, it's not really my fault. It's not my problem that they're upset by it, that they can't control their emotions, that they can't control themselves, right? They have to get mad at you because they have some sort of underlying issue that they're projecting onto you. That's really what it is. And it's not your fault. That's the thing. It's not your fault if someone else is depressed, they're really upset, and they're complaining about why they're upset. It's not your fault. You really have to guard yourself, right? Obviously, if you're watching this channel, right, you're watching these videos, I hope that you have some sort of ambition. That's why you're watching my videos. That's why I'm posting these out here, right? That's why I separated my AI automation content. I put it in a different channel so I could talk about this stuff. And this is like more raw, more filtered. I could just talk about it. And but yeah, like I've been reading a lot of books on human psychology, on human nature, right? And that's the thing. Like people lose their emotion, right? Most people like don't know how to control their emotions. And I always talk about you being able to control your emotions and not taking things personally. But when it comes to another person, it's not your problem. So don't let it be your problem. All right? Don't let them pull you into unnecessary drama, right? And this goes with men, women, all types of people that you meet, business partners. If they get upset, so be it. It's not your problem. That's really what it is. Yeah, there was a time I would give a personal story. I remember I was at a friend's house, hanging out with a friend, and he was like, "Oh, you should come to my I'm having a birthday party a few weeks from now. We're gonna go bar hopping in New York City at the time." He was like, in the city, right, in New York City. And I was just like, oh, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna stay in. I'm just gonna work on my business and, well, the business I was working on at the time, right, to get off the ground. And I wanted to hit the gym in the morning because I remember doing Muay Thai like crazy. And what I noticed is that he was getting mad at me. He was like, he straight up told me, he was like, well, if you don't go, I'm gonna be mad at you. And like I could see it in his face, and he was like genuinely pissed. And I was like, are you? I was thinking about it, and I'm like, that's a very feminine way to think about it. It's very feminine. That's not a masculine thing to do. And I remember just telling him, you have no right to get mad. And he had no argument to it, because he knew I was right. And the point is not me not being right or wrong. The point is that it wasn't my responsibility that he was upset by it. He chose to let that really like bother him, right? First of all, I hate going to bars, right? Second of all, I would have been spending money, and I would have been spending time probably getting home at like 3 a.m, right? Paying for Ubers, drinks, junk food, probably McDonald's, because that's the only thing that's open at that time. It's New York City, so, but still, it's greasy junk food at 2 a.m. after the bar. Even if I was there and I ended up going back home with some chick, it's like, it's very temporary. It's nice for the moment. It's a nice dopamine hit. And then I feel like shit the next morning. And I'm like, oh wait, I didn't go to the gym today. Oh wait, I have no energy to work on my business because I feel like I have to throw up all day. Like that's, so I looked at that and I was just like, he doesn't, at the end of the day, he does not give a shit about my goals. Right? He's just thinking about his own emotions that he can't control. Right? It's almost like I personally attacked them. And that's the point of why it's not your fault if other people can't control their emotions. And you just have to, it's just something that you have to just walk away from. You have to be willing to just walk away from people who project their own emotions, negative emotions and insecurities onto you, right? You have to put a boundary in place, and then if they don't want, if they feel like if they still feel entitled or they don't like the boundary you placed on them, then go, bye bye, go home, have a good life. I'm not dealing with this. You have to be like that, because if you're not like that, then people will throw you off your game. Like the story I just said. Imagine if I went to the bar instead. I hate going to bars, by the way. That's not something I love doing since like my early 20s. Maybe my early 20s I used to love doing that for like a brief time, but I hate it. So that's why you can't let it, like I would almost say that it's, if you don't, if you let other people's emotions take control, you make yourself susceptible to manipulation, right? And then that's when people manipulate you and get you to do stuff, and then you're not going after your goals, right? Or you end up in a life that you fucking hate. And that's really it. That's I think that's probably a big reason why early on, right, like going after like your goals can be lonely, because most people don't have goals, or they have their own like personal biases, and they think that you should do things the way they think you should do them, right? And that's why you cannot take it personally when they lose their emotions, right? You can't take it personally. Don't feel pressured by it. Don't feel like you have to comply to it either. Just think of it like, okay, they have some sort of issue that they haven't solved. It's just not your problem to fix that issue. That's really it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe. I'm gonna keep making more videos like this. Take care.